Hi everyone! So as you can see, there is a new background behind me, and that is because Zach and I moved to another state. We no longer live in Maryland, we live in Pennsylvania now. So it was something that we just really were so ready for, and we're just waiting for me to graduate college, which I just recently did a few weeks ago. So I just earned my BSN and I'm getting ready to take the NCLEX to hopefully pass and get my registered nurse license. So it's been a crazy few weeks, but I am finally here, and since I don't have a job, I'm in a new state, so obviously I had to leave my old jobs. I don't really have much to do, so gives me plenty of time to make videos for you guys. So today's video is going to be on my new diet, which you can probably see by the title, it is Pescetarian. So Pescetarian is being a person who does not eat meat, but they eat fish. And I thought I would share about this because diet is so closely related to Crohn's disease, as well as having an ostomy. There's often a lot of questions that come along with that. So I thought I would share a little bit about why I got into it, and yeah. A lot of people have asked me in the past if I have any dietary needs, or if I eat special foods or avoid certain foods for pain or discomfort reasons, and I always say no, because I've never had a certain food make me feel awful. There have certainly been foods that maybe give me a little bit of discomfort, but I've never fully avoided one food because it made me feel terrible or gave me pain. So I've always answered no, I don't have any dietary restrictions. But for the last 10 years or so of my life, I've always kind of thought to myself, I think it would be easy for me to be a vegetarian, because the only thing that I really enjoyed meat-wise was medium rare steak, delicious. But I didn't really know how hard it was to be a vegetarian, so I'm not really sure what pushed me into doing it, what finally was the last straw, and I just jumped into it. But something did about 4 months ago, and I decided that I was going to try it. I was going to try being a vegetarian, and it was definitely a lot more difficult than I thought. I really struggled with the whole not having steak, and I was having nightmares about steakhouses. I swear, I wish I was kidding, but this is what was happening. I was having these dreams every night where my dad and I would go to a steakhouse, and I would just like be sitting there crying because I couldn't eat anything there and I was starving. So I decided that was a little too rough for me. And I needed to add something in to make it a little bit easier, and I found that adding fish in eased, or it like gave me that savory flavor that I needed. So I never really liked fish before, but my old GI doctor always told me, you know, try and eat salmon, get the omega-3 and, you know, all the anti-inflammatory properties, whatever. But I gotta say, once fish is the only thing you can eat, it tastes a whole lot better. So I've been pescatarian for about 4 months, and honestly, you know, I don't know if this is going to be the rest of my life or what. I'm really not that far into it, but I thought I would share kind of an update of what I am eating. So there was a couple reasons behind why I did it. The first is the Mediterranean diet, which is basically what I'm doing, is very healthy for you. And when you become pescatarian or vegetarian, it's very hard to find vegetarian things that are unhealthy. So like all of the instant meals and all of the frozen meals and all that, like I basically can't eat any of them because they have some form of animal in them. So that cut out all that. So I'm having to eat like fresh foods, and it's a lot better. And I have noticed, like, I've had a lot of issues with abdominal bloating and all of that, and that has reduced quite a bit. So the second reason why I decided to become pescatarian and continue with it is probably the answer that most people give when they say they're a vegetarian. I love animals. We have had a lot of things going on that I'm not going to share on YouTube or anything, but a lot of things that have made me very big on animal advocacy, and I clearly love my animals. Daisy is lying right under the bed right here. I love them. They are my life and they're my everything, and I think when people see me with my dogs, they see that. They make me happy. And Zach and I have talked about getting chickens, which we may or may not be doing this summer, and I could see myself down the road having like a cow and a pig and like a little farm, and I just can't imagine having them and loving them, because I know that's what's gonna happen. Having them and then going inside and having a steak dinner. I don't know. It was like February when I was eating meat, and halfway through the meal I got this horrible sense of guilt, and I would literally feel nauseated, like I thought I was gonna throw up. And it was so strange because I've never had that feeling before, and I don't know what brought it on, but that's when I was like, okay, let's do the vegetarian thing. And that's where I am now. I'm doing it probably more for the animal reasons than the health reasons. I know as a Crohn's person, I should definitely take care of myself more than I do, but this is a good step towards that. My boyfriend actually picked up pescatarian diet as well. He had studied in Japan for about 4 months, like 2 years ago he left. 2 years ago he left for Japan. And in Japan they eat a lot of fish. So he kind of remembered that and how healthy it was, and when he saw me do it, he picked it up very soon after. So he's been pescatarian for like 3 months. And it made it really easy because we kind of do it together, and we both are looking at like all these different recipes, and it is hard to find vegetarian recipes, but you know, we do our research. The other night we made meatless meatball sandwiches. I'll put a picture right here. And they were really good. I just used falafel balls and got the crock pot out, put them in there, got some canned tomato sauce and like diced tomatoes and some spices and stuff, and then we just put them on rolls. So it was really good. I did a zucchini, squash, tomato, what else was in there? I think onion. Basically sliced them up. You've probably seen it online. And then you put them in rows, and it looks really pretty, and you sprinkle cheese and spices and all that. We did that another night. Yeah, that's really good. So it forces us to be creative in our meals. Now, I know that some people with Crohn's and colitis cannot eat vegetables, and I totally understand that, so I don't want this video to be taken as a preaching of the diet. This is what I personally believe, and I understand the dietary restrictions of having this disease, and I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to force it upon anybody. I don't want to force my opinions. I'm just sharing what I do right now. So that's basically my new diet and what's going on. I want to make another video for you guys. I am very big on gardening. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, you're probably really sick and tired of seeing my pictures of my lilies, which I love. I'm very excited. They're all blooming right now out front, so I'm having a ball with that, coming down every morning and seeing which color bloomed. I'm very excited. But I'm also really big on vegetable gardening, so I would love to show, once we get it dug out and all that, we're still working on the actual garden, but I have all the plants growing right now. But I would love to show you everything that I'm growing and what I plan to do with that stuff. once it's ready. Hopefully we're working on the garden this weekend. Gotta get a tiller to do it, because digging out, what is it, 600 square feet? If I can do math right. I think it's 600 square feet that I'm trying to make this garden, approximately. And trying to dig out the soil, it's not working so well. It'll take me like 2 months, so I just need to get a tiller and do it that way. But yeah, I want to make a video and show you guys that. So, alrighty, you've heard enough of my rambling, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!